Welcome to the Ora-gen channel. Okay, welcome. My name is Ora-gen, and this is the Ora-gen channel. I want to welcome you for another read. Excuse me, I am dealing with some more upper respiratory crud. I would like to say that there's a lot out here in the energy going on that I am picking up associated with throat chakra. So if you are experiencing like repeat upper respiratory symptoms and things like that, I really want to encourage you strongly to, drink lemon water, rest more. I don't know if you're like somebody that's into hot peppers or things that help to clarify the energy in the body, but definitely stepping into some practices that help with opening up your upper respiratory situation, especially if there's like sinus issues and like issues with your chest, like coughing or drainage from the sinuses. This is not a medical, like me trying to advise you medically, but definitely just something coming through strongly in the energy about upper respiratory symptoms right now and things that people in the collective might be dealing with. I know I sure am. So back to welcoming you into the space today. Thank you for being here. If you are new to the space, my name is Ora-gen. I am an energy reader. So I don't necessarily need cards or any kind of tools to read the energy, but I do utilize the Oracle decks to help connect with the storylines and what's happening with the collectives. So I definitely have 3 amazing decks with me today. 2 of them are new. So as promised, the Woodland Wardens deck and the Angel Number deck, which is this one right here. Super excited to break these out on the channel today. Definitely, I hope the music is not too loud. I think I turned it down enough, but I guess I'll see after the recording is finished. So let's dive right in, okay? I was kind of excited to get into these decks today. Today's message is a message about your strength. Today's message is a message about your strength. So I don't have a specific direction on this yet. I just wanted to kind of get into the energy and feel what's presently happening and just read in the moment. So that's how we're going to move into this reading this evening. I do have my amazing sandalwood incense with me, so I'm going to go on ahead and light that along with a candle and just kind of take a moment to open the space up and clear out the energy. Definitely want to mention that all of the decks have been pre-charged and pre-shuffled. So I definitely do a little bit of a shuffle even after that, just to make sure that everybody can see that everything is shuffled up nicely. If you're a returning person, then you know that I shuffle my decks, and so when things come out in a really interesting manner, it's not me positioning like that. It's happening because that's the way the energy is moving. But for those of you who are new to my channel, you'll be able to see that as I work with the decks and you see the cards kind of come out in a certain order. Things I want to mention. This is a timeless general read for the collective. This is not a personal reading. If you are interested in having a personal reading, you can definitely email me at the email address in the description link or the description area right up underneath the video. And I'll be happy to reach back out to you and get you scheduled for a personal reading. Also, please feel free to leave comments on things that resonated for you in the video, or maybe areas or topics that are of importance to you that you would like me to kind of feel into energetically and see if there's any information coming up. I'm happy to do that. I do want to mention that all of the videos are for entertainment purposes. And so if we are touching on areas of health, whether it's physical or mental health and wellness, law, business, any kind of legal matters. I'm definitely encouraging you to reach out to a professional. These videos are not intended to be professional advice or any kind of professional evaluation. I definitely want you to get the help that is best suited for you. These videos are for an intuitive knowing, a confirmation of something that you already understood, and then seeing this video is helping you to confirm that, okay? So definitely, if it does not fit or if it don't apply, let it fly. Don't try to make it fit if it doesn't fit. He could be a she could be a he. When I speak about feminine and masculine energies, I am just speaking about the energies. I am not speaking about the gender. So it might be that even though I'm speaking about a feminine energy, this might relate to a masculine gender. So once again, you have to fit the roles where they apply. Okay, guys? So, yes, getting back into the topic for today, a message about your strength. We're going to go on ahead and ring the meditation bell since we have the incense lit. I may have to stop and drink some water, so apologies in advance, guys, but you know how it is. If you have tea or something that you are like water, coffee, something that is soothing to you that you are sipping on, please feel free to grab that at this time as I'm ringing the meditation bell. And settle on in for the read. Definitely take a deep breath, a deep exhalation. Release the cares of the day, and let's sink into this energy and see what's going on. Okay, so if you have a sound sensitivity at this time, I will ask you to turn down your device because I'm going to ring my meditation bell. Okay, guys, wonderful. We'll set that there. And I want to take another minute to just welcome you into the space. I hope that you're having an amazing day, afternoon, morning, evening, whatever time of the day that you found this video. I'm super glad that you're here and welcome. Definitely want to encourage everybody, if you're new to the channel, please like, share, and subscribe. These are energetic ways that we connect to the collective and the energy and help to get the information out there so it affects the algorithm. And we definitely want to do that so that the messages can reach more people. If you are a current subscriber, thank you and welcome back. Okay, so getting into the energy of a message about your strength. We're going to start with the Woodland Wardens. And we're going to just see what messages come up here regarding your strength and just kind of get an idea of the lead energy for the reading tonight. A couple of things that were coming through just right up front. There was a lot in the energy about strong energies, you know, solar flares, strong universal energies coming through that are bringing about spiritual upgrades. So if you're a person that works with your gifts or abilities, or maybe you're realizing that you do have gifts and abilities that are of an energetic nature, like psychic abilities, telepathy, like being able to channel, or in strong intuitive energies, you know, strong empathic or Hayoka empathic energies, things like this. There was something in the message tonight about how these energies coming in and these upgrades can feel like chaos inside of us, almost like one day we go to bed and we're fine, and the next day we're feeling like our world is crumbling apart, or like we're feeling really chaotic, or a lot of turmoil inside of ourselves. Maybe there's a lot of strong emotions coming up. There's just a lot of energy. And we're trying to like figure it out and sort through it. And it's very challenging. So that was something I wanted to share with you all tonight. is that, yes, there are a lot of strong energies coming through, but a lot of them are associated with upgrades, or basically the energy helping you to open up to more of your soul path abilities and skill sets that you are actually here to work with. So if you find that some of these energies have felt chaotic or overwhelming, there is a strong encouragement coming through, as I did the pre-shuffle this evening, to engage in self-care. Be mindful of how you're feeling in the moment, to be kind and patient with yourself, to take things one day at a time as it relates to goals and, exertion. Not trying to do more than what you can do in a day. If you find there's a week that you need to sleep more, sleep more. If you find there's a week that you need to eat more, eat more. If you need to exercise more, exercise more. So just being really fluid about your energy and not being stuck in doing things one way, because you are actually experiencing a shift in your auric field, your chakral system, the energies that move around and throughout your body. There are shifts and changes happening. And so basically the encouragement here is to acknowledge that, to be patient with yourself, and then to do the needed or necessary steps to help yourself peacefully move through that time, move through that experience, rather than trying to stick to your regular schedule and the way you always do things and then beat yourself up when you can't do it. There's a reason why you might be coming up against like an energetic wall of exhaustion or feeling like overwhelmed. You really need to pay attention to that. Just a thought about that. That came through really strong in the pre-shuffle. So, as I mentioned before, all of the decks are charged and pre-shuffled. But we're just going to give the Woodland Wardens a little bit of a shuffle. This is an adorable deck. It has all the different woodland creatures on it, but kind of more in the energy of like nature spirits and animal spirits. So we're really tapping into that energy today as we work with this deck. So it'll be interesting to see like what the lead energy is coming through. Okay, well, Spirit, help us to really see what's going on here. Messages for the collective about their inner strength, about their energetic strength. What is it that they need to know today? What could be most helpful? Please remove any energies that are not at the highest frequency and are associated with assisting with the work of the collective at this time. And please only allow energies that are at the highest frequency associated with Source and the light to remain, and so it is. Let's see what's here. I'm going to take the bottom card to start. Okay, the boar and the pumpkin. So this is about confidence. And this probably is a little, I don't know with the lighting if you can see this. Let me try holding it up like this. And the artwork is just adorable. So we're looking at a boar. He's kind of nestled in with some squash or some pumpkins. And he does look pretty confident about what he's doing. I don't know if he's doing what he's supposed to be doing. Maybe he is. But he looks pretty confident about it. So our lead card is confidence. And this has to do with your strength, collective, your inner strength. Talking about, how you're showing up energetically right now. So there's a confident energy about what you're doing. That's a really good lead card. Okay, what else do we have here? What else is popping up for the collective right now? What messages do we have for the collective, Spirit, on their inner strength? Okay, I'm being told to grab these two. They're popping up. Okay, we have the coyote and the datura. Deceit. The deceit card popped up in the reading yesterday. This is so wild that this keeps popping up. There is definitely somebody in your energy, or this is the same message from the previous reading, literally yesterday, talking about being honest with yourself. And this could be about relationships, friendships, maybe the way you're viewing things, being authentic and honest with self, practicing honesty and not being deceitful with self or others being deceitful with you. So that's very interesting. That card popped up again. And the elk and the ash, strength. This popped up in the pre-shuffle. It is back again. So definitely we're on the right path here with the energy for the reading today, speaking about the collective strength and, you know, in association with their strengths, just like what energies are we looking at here on this topic. So far on the table, we have confidence, deceit, and strength. Let's pull some more cards here and read a little bit deeper into these energies and see what we can find out here. That's interesting. I'm kind of getting an idea of the direction that this is going, just because some similar energies are popping out again. Yeah, we have the goat and the willow, overcoming obstacles. Let me hold that up for you here. The goat and the willow. So they're making their way through some bramble, overcoming obstacles. And we also have the marten and the foxglove, mischief. Are you guys into some mischief right now? Is somebody getting into some mischief around you? Very interesting. I'm going to pull a couple more cards here, and then we're going to just kind of look at the energy and see everything we have on the table. And then we're going to read a couple meanings here. Spirit, let's get like 2 more cards for the collective. Okay. I'm told to take the top one. This is the porcupine and an enemy. I never know if I'm saying that right. An enemy. Boundaries. Wow. This popped out before too. Okay, guys. We're going to grab one more card, but I'm really starting to get the idea here of what's going on. It's interesting that this information is popping out in regard to your strength. Or your strengths. There's something here about, yes, you are strong, but there are some areas where you need to strengthen yourself. There's something in the energy here about strengthening. So there's the strengths that are established that you are doing really well at, and then there's these other areas. Yeah, so the raccoon and the sycamore, curiosity. The curious raccoon. Okay. Let's move these over a little bit so we can kind of, excuse me, get all of these in the shot. Hopefully you guys can see everything okay. All right, thank you, Spirit. Let's take a look here and see what we've got. I'm going to take a sip of my water, guys. All right, so the lead card out was confidence, deceit, and strength. Then we had overcoming obstacles, mischief, boundaries, and curiosity. Okay, so first of all, this message has to do with your confidence. Yes, we could look at this lead card and just take it at face value as speaking about confidence. But I actually think, looking at the way the cards, the layout, and the way the cards have come through, this is actually speaking about your confidence. Like, that's the topic. Your confidence in relation to your strength. Or another way we could look at that is your confidence as a strength, or as one of your strengths. So I guess a question that comes across to me is, you know, is it possible that there's someone here who resonates with this message that has been very confident about something, but maybe they're not really seeing it clearly or seeing it as it truly is? Have you checked to make sure that some of the areas that you're feeling very assured about, that you're not just looking at it in the way that you've always looked at it because it's comfortable, because it's known? Are you being honest with yourself? Because this is how deceit came out in the reading yesterday, especially with the spread. And then definitely the strength card here, that this definitely has to do with strengthening your position, your ability to step into your life path, your soul path. Understanding how you're looking at things and how you're perceiving things can definitely lend to your energetic strength, your ability to see the truth of what's happening, your ability to grow and develop and evolve is based in your ability to heal and to be able to see things as they are. So another way you could look at this is, even though you're a confident person or a confident member of the collective, whoever this is resonating with, there might be some work that needs to be done here in the area of the way you're looking at things, being authentic and honest with yourself. If something like a relationship, a friendship, you know, something in your life that you're engaging with has shifted or changed, either because you've evolved or because the person has changed or the situation is no longer viable or positive or connective, are you being mindful of that? Or are you kind of viewing it or placing it in the category you always place it in because that's what you've always done? Sometimes with self-evolution and self-growth, there's a need to not only engage with it in relation to the things that we're dealing with within ourselves, but we might have to look at situations and circumstances outside of ourselves and see if we need to shift the way that we're dealing with those. Because isn't it true that as we change, as we grow and evolve, the way that situations, people, places, and things around us energetically affect us also shift? So something that worked for you years ago when you were not awakened or not in the place that you are now may no longer work for you in the same way. So there's something here about being mindful of that and looking at how you might need to shift or change the way you deal with it, or whether you need to deal with it at all. This is going to strengthen you and strengthen your ability to move forward with your gifts, your abilities, and your soul path, your goals, what you're here to do. And then we have the goat and the willow, overcoming obstacles. And obviously when I see the goat, I'm thinking of the greatest of all time. So we're talking about pure potential. Even if you're feeling like, I mentioned this in another reading, things are feeling stagnant, it's not moving fast enough, I don't know what step I need to take next to make something happen. There may not be something you need to do. It might be an illusion that you are stuck in the bramble. You might actually just be waiting for the next opportunity that opens up and for you, the universal energy to move you in that direction, right? There may not be this old narrative of like some kind of hard work you need to do to open up the next step. It may not even be for you to do. It might not be something that you can see fully yet to protect that gift that's coming. So if you have other energies around you that are not supportive or want to disrupt what you're doing, you don't even know what it is. So they can't like monitor it and mess it up. And neither can you. But if you have an illusion or a belief within yourself that you're stuck, not going anywhere, nothing's going to happen, it can hinder you from being able to see this opportunity when it comes. So when I look at this card and think about overcoming obstacles in relation to what I just shared here, we could be talking about the obstacles of the mind. A lot of time we think of obstacles, we think of energy that others like throw at us or things that people do to us. We don't often think about our own thought processes and the way that we look at things and our own perspective and how it might be affecting like what we're trying to do energetically. So if the paradigm, the thought process, the mindset is not in alignment with what we are working on or the goal we are moving towards, it can be a hindrance in helping us to like see what's happening around us. We're kind of locked down into a certain perspective and viewpoint and we miss the opportunity. Now, if you do have people throwing energy at you that don't want you to catch it, they won't have to do much if you do that. You're kind of taking yourself out the game. But this reading isn't about that. This reading isn't about other people. This reading is about your inner strengths and what you can do to solidify that or improve those areas. So the goat in overcoming obstacles is really giving me an energy of what can I do within myself to help improve my thought process so that I am more likely to be in alignment with the things that I'm manifesting and I'm able to see it when those opportunities come. So it looks like some work on your mindset. And then we have the marten and the foxglove, mischief. There might be, because I mentioned it when I was talking about this card. If there is somebody in your energy or trying to get in your energy that is, not in alignment with what you're doing, not that you care, but, you feel like a resistive energy around you, or maybe others don't understand, like, what you're doing and why, or I've mentioned this before, people just don't connect with your dream and they feel like, well, how are you going to support yourself with that? And maybe they're not intending to send negative energy your way, but they're kind of like disruptive with the things that they say. It's possible that this energy is showing up like mischief, like it feels resistive and almost like a hindrance, but it's really, there's a lot of people around you that just don't get it. They may be people you love and care about, but they may not be your soul tribe, like people who understand and are on the same life path as you. And it could also be that there's a mischievous energy also that, is dealing with a little bit of the green-eyed monster, Maybe they're wondering, well, how come this person can do it and I can't? We're not going to go deep into that energy. It doesn't matter. What is for them is for them, and what's for you is for you. And I've said that so many times in these readings, like, it doesn't matter. So you're being encouraged, once again, raise your vibration. If this energy is something, because it's popping up in the reading, is something that you're concerned about, having discussions about, thinking about, cycling on, every time something goes wrong, you're talking about it, you're being encouraged to raise your vibration and really tune into, the healing work and the things that you're doing to help yourself move towards your goals. Not worrying about external energies. External energies can't really have a deep effect on you unless you allow them. So you're being asked to kind of like release that and let that go. And that's a good message for all of us. And I have to remind myself of that as well too. It can be really easy to kind of, like get pissed about things not going right, or if we feel like people are being combative with us, you know, we can easily get focused on that energy. And the encouragement here is to really focus on the areas within yourself that you can adjust, heal, and work through. Our next card on the table is the porcupine and an anemone. And if I remember correctly, an anemone is in the sea. It's like a sea flower or sea plant or something. You guys can correct me in the comments if I'm wrong. I think it's something like that. But anyways, it's interesting those two are together. It's very interesting. This one's boundaries. So it could be too that if there's, you know, we talked about people who don't really get what it is you're doing. If somebody, well-meaning or otherwise, is in your energy being disruptive, and you're focusing on these goals and these things that you're doing that are leading you down your soul path, your life path, and maybe this person is close to you, like a friend, a family member, you know, something like an energy of somebody who's close to you, there's an encouragement here to put some boundaries in place, especially if they're doing things that are disruptive to your practice and what you need to do for yourself. It's one thing if somebody has an opinion, but if somebody's trying to like actually break up what you're doing, or, you know, start arguments, fights, or, you know, create, you know, disharmony, discord every time you're focused on your goals, that's not a good indicator of a strong relationship, whatever kind of relationship it is. So it may not even mean that we need to cut the person off completely, but we may need to stop talking with them about like these topics and what we're doing here, because it, you know, this may not be a good thing energetically for you, for the relationship, and also just like in general for your peace of mind and your sanity. Every time you open up a topic with somebody, they're arguing with you, or trying to like distract you from focusing on what you're doing. You also might need to look at some relationships depending on like how bad or toxic this is. Like if this is a person who's like really down for you, and loves all aspects of you and not just the ones that they relate to or get or understand. And that can happen in a relationship too, whether it's romantic, a friendship, family, or whatever. You know, people get accustomed to you being the person that they believe you to be instead of who you actually are, which may not be something that you have shown them fully in the past. You may not have even been fully aware of it yourself or felt comfortable showing them. But sometimes when people find out the full story of who we are, they may not connect. Like they're like, I'll buy into this part, but I don't really like that part. But it's not a choice. A person is an entire being. So when you take this part, you get that part. And it's certainly how it works on the other end of the relationship. So definitely it will work that way for you. So just, you know, some reminders here about being healthy with your relationships and noticing or recognizing when there's some energies there that are not balanced. You know, try to communicate, definitely, but if the communication has not and continues to not work, you just may want to put some boundaries in place. Last card out of the Woodland Wardens is Curiosity, and this is the raccoon and the sycamore. So he's in this tree being curious, maybe peering into something. You know how you'll be walking down the sidewalk and there'll be like a squirrel or a chipmunk or something. Hopefully not a raccoon in the tree over your head. That's kind of scary. But I hope it's a smaller like woodland creature. Not saying we can't show love to raccoons, but you know, having a raccoon hanging over your head that'd be a bit much. But this is giving me the energy of like somebody looking into something, somebody peering into something. So it could be that you're curious in looking into and exploring new avenues in your life, whether people get it or not. You're curious. You know, you've spent so many years doing what others have asked of you, and now you're really looking into some new areas for yourself because it feels connective and you feel ready to do that. And you want to experience something different. Maybe it's in your career, your relationship, your hobbies, you know, I don't know. Maybe just doing a like a self makeover and, you know, really stepping into your gifts, or, you know, understanding more about who you are as a person and being okay with it, whatever it is. This could also be an energy because of the way it popped out at the end of the reading, and that throat chakra energy I'm getting. This could also be an energy of like somebody kind of being nosy and maybe who needs to mind their business. Kind of looking in on what you're doing, like, what are they doing? You know, this might even tie in to the mischief energy. Boy, what are they doing over there? And hopefully they're not getting involved in mischief and, you know, in regard to what you're working on. We hope that's not the case. And if it is, definitely shut that down. Like, put some boundaries in place. But it could also be that somebody is curious about what you're doing because they don't really fully understand, or they want to understand what's different about you. They're noticing something different about your energy. I've mentioned this before, that even people who are not energy-based people can pick up something has shifted or changed about a person. That is a real thing that happens. So this person might be noticing this difference in this energy and might be curious about it. It could also be an energy where a person is looking at this because they themselves want to tap in and understand more about their life path, and they see you doing it, and they see you happy and enjoying yourself, and they want to know how they can feel the same way too. So a curious energy isn't always a bad thing or a toxic thing. And you definitely know, everybody hopefully watching the channel is an adult, and you can tell when something's gone toxic or it's a problem or it's very limiting. Curiosity can also be an energy of just like, because you're doing all of these things, when you step into a space in an authentic energy like that, you turn heads. People are looking at you. They notice you. You might have even noticed people just kind of like staring at you when you go to the store, or when you go shopping, or when you go out for dinner, or whatever, going for a walk. I don't know. You might have noticed people kind of just like wide-eyed looking at you, and you're like, what's up with this person? People can feel and sense and see energy in some form. So the more we step into ourselves, the more expansive we are with ourselves, the more our energy in our auric field expands. And others can feel that. They can see that. So there's something here in your energy that's very expansive, and maybe you have others who are very curious about it. Just be careful. Boundaries. If you start to notice, you know, energies that are pushing in, or very nosy about the exact details of what you're doing, there's definitely nothing in the energy here that's saying tell all your business to everyone. As a matter of fact, I would say the energy is really focused on you tapping into that, not sharing all that business with everyone else. So, you know, you can keep that with you until you have more soul tribe around you that understands like what you're doing, and like the energy of what you're doing and how you want to feel, and working on these kinds of goals, and they're doing the same thing. Until that time, you may have to do more like solo dolo kind of working with yourself, but you're never really alone. You have your guides, and you have your spirit team, and those that are assisting and supporting you, and you might even have some external support, you know, in maybe groups or people that are of like mind that you hang out with, or friends or associates that you are able to talk with. But really the emphasis here is on doing that inner work, and in doing these things, it's going to help you, you know, build up your inner strength, your inner fortitude, so that way you are not so reliant upon external validation. You can really have that within yourself. So that's a really good start. I'm interested in reading about the curiosity card. That's really standing out to me. So, that's number 33. Oh my gosh, I opened right up to it. Yeah, totally, I was supposed to read this. Okay, so the curiosity card, that's this guy right here, the raccoon and the sycamore. It says the raccoon and the sycamore calls us to explore a thrilling new interest, idea, or opportunity. Raccoons are intelligent creatures, dexterous and eager, often likened to bandits due to the mask-like markings around their eyes. They are quite lovable rascals, rarely seeking to cause harm. Like the raccoon, the sycamore tree is associated with a desire to learn and know. In the Bible, a man named Zacchaeus climbs a sycamore tree to get a better view of Jesus as he passes through the town of Jericho. Jesus rewards the man's curiosity by visiting his home. So upright, you are well equipped to explore uncharted territories. Climb high into the tree of your interests, bounding from branch to branch. Now is an auspicious time to discover new truths about yourself and your abilities. So this is really powerful because it says, what new hobbies or interests do I want to explore? This totally goes with the energy we're talking about here. I knew that this card popping out on the end had significance, like others being curious about your energy and you really like drawing that curiosity because your energy has shifted so much from you tapping in to and exploring your interests, your hobbies, what's in alignment for you. And having a desire to learn and know new things. And how this energy is universally rewarded when we really step into it authentically. You know, what we can gain from that. It's a very beautiful energy that you're in. So this is definitely one of your strengths that you are in at this time. You know, you're just being encouraged to really be authentic with yourself. And that's going to add to that strength that you naturally possess here. Wow. We're going to put the raccoon up here because he just, with his little rascally self, hanging out in the tree. Okay, so we're going to take some cards here from the Angel Numbers deck. So this is the next deck we're going to work with, the Angel Numbers Oracle cards. This is an amazing deck because it's got some really unique meanings on it. And we're going to pull some numbers here and understand what angel numbers are a benefit to you at this time in association with the topic of your strengths. So we've got some good information on areas for you to focus on here. Now we're going to pull some angel numbers, and then I'm going to pull you one Transmutation Oracle card so that way we can help with this energy of like looking at things from an honest vantage point and really kind of processing some things that might be challenging or difficult to process. We want to give you some assistance with transmuting that energy, so we'll pull one of those cards as well. Okay, we're going to take the first card on the bottom here from the angel deck, 0220. This card popped up before in the pre-shuffle. Very interesting. So this one, 0220. It says, act on your idea. Wow. You saw me shuffle this deck. And this is, I pre-shuffled this, but this is a new deck. But I did pre-shuffle it before the reading. The lead energy, the raccoon, is talking about tapping into your ideas and, you know, gaining new knowledge. This is exactly what the lead energy is. And now we pull 0220. So I'm going to read you the description for this card. This is amazing energy. It says, act on your idea. So realistic and practical approach goals, divine timing, ambition, cooperation, and discipline. So here's some words you can tune into to help you with like really tapping into this energy of curiosity and making it work for you. Okay? It says you have the benefit of good fortune, and if you use your wise judgment, you can do anything in this place. You can reach new heights. You should act on your potential when you see this pattern, since what your plant will grow. Since what you plant will grow. That's probably what they meant. You're about to experience a spectacular ascent. So you're on your way up. You're all the way up. And if you aren't already, you're headed in that direction because you're doing the work. So you're being encouraged once again. Tap into that like universal divine curiosity because you are divine. 0220. Yes, please. Act on your idea. So don't just tap into that idea. Take action on it. The pathway, the runway is clear. You are clear for takeoff. That is that energy that I keep feeling coming through. Wow, that is a buzz of energy that I am feeling right now, guys. That feels so good. I'm excited. For whomever this message resonates with, I am super duper excited. I told you before in another reading, I just kept pulling this card. I can't remember what deck it's from. It might be Clarifying Life Situations or something like that. That deck. This one card I would pull, it was just the most exciting energy that just signified like amazing things coming, change and travel and just like this really heightened high vibrational energy that you guys are headed into. And I don't even think you're expecting all that. Like you have a manifestation that's pretty good. The universe is about to like quadruple that. You're about to get some things that you were not expecting. And it's very exciting. I love to like be able to talk about that and share that in the energy. Okay, Spirit, anything else for the collective here? Let's get some more angel numbers. Then we'll go into our Transmutation Oracle. Because we have so many reads to do, guys. There's so many topics that are like flying in. Ooh, there goes a card. Flying in and the cards are flying out. Oh, we have 2323. This is endless cycles. Wow. Okay. We're going to get into it in a second here. Let's see what else we have. Yeah, there's so many reads coming through right now. Like, I can't take 2 hours on all the reads. I've got to kind of move through them because there's just so many topics that, you know, people want me to discuss or like things coming through like energetically on my virtual desk. So, but we want to give each topic its respected time because they are all important. Oh, goodness. Wow. We are snap, crackling, popping. Okay. Let's work with these guys here. This is good. Thank you, Spirit. Oh, wait a minute. I'm supposed to get one more. Hold on one second. One more. One more for the collective. Just one, please. Oh, okay. Oh, wow. This energy, guys. Wow. Okay, hold up. I'm about to get into it. It done turned up the heat in here. Hold on. Let me get some water. Okay, so we've already got 0220 on the table. And now I want to go in order here, kind of like how these came out. So we got 0220. We read about that. Act on your idea. Now we have 2323. A lot of twos on the table. This one is endless cycles. So this one, keywords are charisma, communication, society, movement, journey, repetitive, circumstances, and patterns. That's interesting. So there's some truth you're resistant to accept. Oh my gosh, it's the deceit card. This keeps coming back out in the energy, guys. This was in yesterday's reading. Somebody in the collective or somebody's is dealing with this energy of needing to be honest with self, okay? Maybe that's something we can all work on, honestly, but there's somebody here or somebody's that's really resonating with this. It says there's some truth you're resistant to accept over and over again until you're tired and restrained beyond depression. It takes a decision to live life for yourself. Life is all about passion. Then you make a change and the world around you follows. Wow. I don't know if you can see that. So you're being encouraged that when you acknowledge this truth that's in front of you that you don't want to see or having a hard time dealing with right now, okay? There's going to be a bunch of energy around you that opens up when you see this. Something you don't want to release or let go. And releasing, letting go doesn't mean you have to like completely abolish it, but stop basing your decisions and how you're going to move off of it at the very least. Like stepping into a space of releasing, like, okay, universe, I understand that this situation isn't the best situation for me. How can I step out of this energy and just focus on what I need to do? That'll do it. And you can leave the rest to the universe. But definitely there's a step that needs to be taken here because there's something in the energy about like kind of accepting that you need to take that step about whatever this situation is. I don't know what's going on here. I don't know. But there's some patterns. Maybe there's something that you're seeing that has to do with communication inside of a relationship. Or some circumstances that you keep running into because of a situation that you're touching or involved with. And there's some cycles or patterns here. And instead of just walking away from that craziness, you just keep dealing with it like, because it's something you've always done. Well, I'll just handle it. It's fine. I get pissed off and, you know, then I can just kind of move through it the next day. I just need some time to move through the emotion and it'll be fine. It's not. It's not working for you and it's actually hindering your energy. You're being encouraged to move away from that, release that in some form energetically, or at least not allow it to hold so much power over you energetically. It's like hindering your ability to move. If you release whatever this energy is in some form, and be honest with yourself about it and release it, you're going to open up the energy, and whatever you're doing or working on here is going to come in a lot easier. Okay. So we have 888 on the table. So this one is karma. Karma, 888. This one says balance, finances, success, wealth, cycles. Cycles has come up twice now, guys. More twos. What goes around comes around. It says a lot of money is coming your way. Whoop, whoop. Fortune refers to more than just monetary and material success. If you don't appreciate the people in your life now, you won't have them tomorrow. This message encourages you to take personal responsibility and use it to realize your greatest potential. Oh wow, that's a really powerful message. Okay, see, karma, what goes around comes around. So, and karma just referring to the energy that we put out, like literally boomerangs right back in our face. I mean, it's energy, it's the way it works. Let me hold it up like that. So we've all heard the story of the person that was like making changes and meeting the right people and on their way to the top, and they like screwed over people and like were cutthroat on their way to the top. And then they got to the top was lonely, they had no friends, companions, or associates. And then finally one day, all that energy they put out to get there finally came back their direction. And boom, they were crashing and burning again. So that's just a story. But if we think about the actual energy that we put out as we are working on our goals. And a lot of us are actually having really good success at this time, this timeline shift. A lot of things are manifesting for people, believe it or not. I'm talking with some of them. And it's not always that people are like billionaires or, things like that. As a matter of fact, none of the people I know that I'm talking with are having that manifestation yet. But it's more so about whatever it is that you want to manifest and how that causes you to feel, or what you want to feel from that. Whatever it is that you're manifesting, the reminder here is that we want to treat people with the same energy that we want to return to us. So think about this now. Whatever you're doing, whatever you're working on, how are you treating others around you? And this doesn't mean, I'm not talking about people pleasing and going out and burning yourself out and doing a bunch of stuff you can't do while you're trying to be over here working on this and you're trying to do 50 tasks over here because somebody asked you. No. I'm talking about just the way that you treat others, energetically and personally. Are you kind to yourself? Are you kind to others? Are you patient with yourself? Are you patient with others? Do you have really high expectations of yourself? Do you have really high expectation of others? There's a correlation here too with how you talk to yourself and how you deal with others. Do you let yourself off the hook and expect the world of others? Thinking about the way that you treat others as you work on these goals and have success, okay? Because clearly whoever this message is resonating with, they are manifesting. It's happening. But with that, are you being mindful of the energy that you are putting out along the way? Karma. When we talk about cycles, this is the energy. Everything's a loop. So what you put out comes back. Please do keep that in mind as you are building your kingdom, whatever that is. That energy will also remain in that kingdom. It can either build it up or it can tear it down. That's a super important lesson. 1001, spiritual awakening. Yes. Okay, guys, this one says new beginnings, personal development, prioritizing creativity. I love it. And heading in the right direction, which you are based on the energy I'm seeing here. It says a new phase in a religious or spiritual quest. You're going through a spiritual awakening. What did I say at the start of this message? I was talking about how some of you are awakening and really tapping into your gifts, and you might even be feeling overwhelmed and a little taxed from that energy. Here we go. Which can feel like, notice here, the dark night of the soul. You're on the path to enlightenment, and this too shall pass. This is the energy I was talking about. Wow. And it pops up like almost at the end of the reading in the angel numbers. 1001, guys. If you are experiencing like intense energy right now because you are going through an awakening, and I want to make a note here, this may not be your first awakening, right? Your first awakening may have happened 20 years ago. We're talking about the present awakening. There's constant awakenings where you are awakening to new levels of understanding throughout your life. Many of you are in an awakening at this time, and you're feeling tired, you're feeling sleepy, you're feeling worn out, you're constantly getting upper respiratory symptoms, throat chakra energy. If I had $1 for every time I've caught something here recently, I'm like, what is going on? I don't even get sick like that. But there's just so much going on in the energy. We might need to adjust and adapt the way that we are dealing with self-care to accommodate, for like what our bodies need while we're balancing all of these new energies coming in. And it can feel like the dark night of the soul. There might be like emotional things that you're going through, things that are difficult for you, challenges right now. But please remember that these challenges are for your growth. They're for your development. They're for your, your personal evolution. We don't come out of any challenge without having new information on the other side. We understand more every time we go through something. So please remember that. Okay, last angel number, 666, reflect. 666, reflect. Keywords: love, affection, compassion, kindness, attention, and self-love. So this card says several unexpected developments will enter your life and impact how you feel. This is a chance to re-evaluate your identity. You need a mental shift towards greater optimism, self-assurance, and trust. Put your faith in your gut and inner voice. Pay attention to your feelings and use them to help you become a better person. Wow. An energy like this came out in yesterday's reading. I'm trying to think what card deck it was. It had the face that had like the dark paint on one side and the light paint on the other, and it was talking about duality. This is giving me the energy of that card, because you're talking about here reevaluating your identity, and the card actually spoke about like creating your new identity. So reevaluating your identity, creating a new identity, this has to do with stepping into your more authentic self. And I mean, not feeling like you have to constantly adjust for others because you're worried about them being uncomfortable. They may not have even said they're uncomfortable. You're worried about it. This is about releasing that false belief and just stepping into your real identity. There's a lot in the energy coming up for the collective with this. Putting your faith in your gut and your inner voice. And I've been talking about this all week. Really tapping into your intuitive voice, listening to it, learning how to trust yourself. This is super important. Pay attention to your feelings and use them to help you become a better person. So we really need to tune in and tap into self, not like what others are saying, what others are feeling we need to do. That doesn't really give us information on how we're feeling internally. If we want to know how we're feeling internally, we need to tap into what's going on inside of us. This is super important energy, because whatever this is that you're building or growing or that you're going to be doing will require understanding about yourself, speaking from your most authentic voice or most authentic self, self-love, kindness, love, affection for yourself, compassion. We're talking about mindful self-compassion and how that energy moves outward into everything that you do. The way that you treat others, the way that you step into curiosity about what it is that you want to do and explore and what you're here to do. How you deal with authenticity when looking at situations that are maybe not what they seem, or really not what you need to be dealing with energetically, and being honest with yourself and taking action on them. All of this. Feelings that you're stuck when you're really not, changing your perspective. Love, self-compassion, and tapping into your intuitive self will help you in all of these areas. This is a super important message, guys. I didn't even know it was going to go this way, but the topic of just understanding more about your inner strength, and why that's an important topic right now, honestly. Excuse me. Let's go on ahead and pull Transmutation Oracle, just to understand like how we can transmute any energies here where we need to like have a little more growth and expansion. how to transmute any energies that might be keeping us a little limited or stuck. So, put that there. And just give this deck a little bit of a shuffle. And just see what's going on here. I hope you guys are enjoying the reading this evening. I'm definitely, excuse me, despite my throat chakra issues, I'm definitely enjoying giving the reading and being a part of the energy this evening. It's really impactful energy and really exciting to see the things that are coming up ahead for you guys. Like, it's really phenomenal. Okay. Let's move these guys out of the way. I'm just going to take a quick sip of water. Perfect. Okay. Any messages for the collective here on how they can transmute any energies that maybe have them feeling stuck or limited? What do we got here? Any messages for the collective? Excuse me. Okay. So we're gonna just go on ahead. Pick the bottom card. That's interesting. Number 43. That's interesting. And windshield wipers is on the bottom. So we have the imaginary sick person, number 43. Let's see what's going on with the imaginary sick person. What's up with that energy? I'm gonna put your angel numbers right here. Number 43. So this is the imaginary sick person. I'll hold this card up here. It says, there are people who, after being ill for some time, find pleasure in the benefits and attention they get from the people who took care of them during their illness. Therefore, as time goes by, they begin to continuously pretend to be sick in order to obtain the privileges that others granted them, or to create real illnesses in order to enjoy the benefits. Oh wow, guys, what's going on with this energy? Just like an imaginary sick person, you or someone else finds themselves taking on the role of the victim in order to gain some benefit from some situation. First, understand that placing yourself in the role of the victim brings with it certain advantages, such as receiving attention from the people around you. This role is assumed to have control and power over others and is detonated, excuse me, and is detonated when you don't get what you want. Being the victim has to do with blackmailing and manipulating a third party to get them to do what you are looking for. Putting yourself in the role of the victim may be because you feel you have to leech someone else. You have to, sorry guys. Maybe because you feel you have to teach someone else a lesson. Oh, I think I'm getting where this is going. When you feel hurt by another, you think that now it is up to you to make them see the suffering you went through. Okay. You assume that you're the one who has to forgive over the other when there is nothing to forgive, but simply to accept or not. Another important aspect of this role is not wanting to take responsibility for your own actions, and so you blame someone else for the decisions you have made. It is important that you begin to take responsibility for yourself, your decisions, and the paths you have chosen to follow. Become responsible for yourself and adjust your self-esteem so you don't depend on anyone else. Do you have any symptoms, or is it just an imaginary illness that brings you benefits? Oh, wow. Okay. We got that backside smacked by the universe just now. No, I'm just playing. The universe doesn't smack backsides. But it kind of does in this case, because this message is pretty straightforward. At first, as I was reading this, I was like, is there somebody around the collective, like, manipulating them or trying to get them? And it's possible, because we did talk about this mischievous energy. But I actually think that the mischievous energy is related to, and this has come up in previous readings, a past relationship that someone or some ones, I don't even know if you can say it that way, but somebody's in the collective is who's resonating with this message that didn't go well. And so when this person returned or is still kind of dealing with a member of collective or members of collective, whoever this message is resonating with, you know, collective was kind of like giving it to him, like, oh, okay, well, you want to come around, you know, I'm going to make you feel the pain that you caused me. You're going to pay for this, you know, because of this and this you did. I've been dealing with this. And it might be working to bring you some validation or some energy of like get backs, because the person is so desperate to deal with you or wants to be engaged with you energetically that they're willing to like take one for the team, so to speak, just to be in your space or in your presence because they gain so much from your energy. But please remember, that is a two-sided street. So even though you might be getting something out of that, or you believe you are, because you want to feel validated for the hurt, the pain, the issues that this person caused, they are coming around because they want to benefit from your energy. So they're willing to basically put up with an interaction or a relationship that's not really the healthiest, just to be in your energy. So the whole relationship is out of balance. It's like everybody's feigning illness to get what they want. Remember this card, guys? Deceit. Are you being honest with yourself about why you're dealing with this person? Or maybe the manner in which, Connie, I'm sorry, my bunny, she's really active. Or the manner in which you're dealing with this person. Have you really taken time to think about like why you're doing what you're doing? Is it really healthy? Does it really move you towards your goals? This energy popped up again for a reason. This is something you need to transmute, because it's going to keep you stuck. If you're going to deal with a person or interact with a person, get clear on why you're doing it. Then at the very least, you're stepping into that energy with like full knowing and full knowledge of what you're doing. But if you're kind of not being honest with yourself, but you're playing a role in the relationship that opens up an energy for you to feel more validated, or like you're making this person pay for what they've done, or showing them the pain that they caused you, is that really a healthy way to engage with a relationship? Is that healthy for you or for them? Even if they're willing to do it, is that a good thing, I guess? So something really strong in the energy here, the imaginary sick person. Okay, drawing somebody in to gain support that maybe you've been wanting from them for a very long time and never really received. And now they're willing to give it in some form, but is it healthy? Is it in alignment with the work that you're doing? This is something that definitely we need to put up here as an area that needs like healing. Okay, so that's your transmutation card. So, and then of course the windshield wipers was on the bottom of the deck, and this one talks about seeing things clearly. So this just really goes with all of the energy. Are you looking at this clearly? You have so many wonderful things, so many good things like here for you now. There's no need to get sidetracked in any of these old energies any longer. You've done the work. You know, what you wanted, what you asked for, it's here. And it's here because of the work that you've done. It's not here just like idly because, you know, you wished upon a star and it showed up. No, you did the work. And so the results are here. So I really want to encourage you guys to like stick with the energy or the root energy of the work that you're doing. I just want to lay these out so you guys can look at these one more time. Stick with the root energy of the work that you're doing. You know, don't get sidetracked in old issues or let people like drag you into old energy. As a matter of fact, that's one of the reads that's going to be coming up here soon, is like basically about putting down old energy. Stop getting dragged into it. I don't care if there's old people from old energies that are re-entering or trying to re-enter your space. You know, putting boundaries is important, but also recognizing that you do not have to take that energy in and process that any longer. You can put boundaries in place and deflect those energies. And the way that you do that is by raising your vibration. Those energies can no longer touch you. You've done the work. The rewards are here. You just need to step through the door. So you need to be clear on what it is you're looking at here so you don't miss your opportunities, which you won't, because you're aware of what it is you need to do. Okay? So that's the reading for this evening. Wow. Very powerful messaging. I'm so grateful to have been in the space with you guys this evening, morning, afternoon, whatever time of day it is for you. I'm just grateful that you're here with me. Definitely, I will be back with another channeled message or a general energy reading, whichever is coming up first on my virtual desk. I'll see what order that goes in, but definitely I'll have another reading for you tomorrow. If you have questions about the reading or you would like a personal reading, feel free to reach out to my email address in the description. Please like, share, subscribe so we can get the message out there and help grow the channel. I want to thank all of my current subs and any new people tuning in. I want to thank you for being here, and I hope that you'll like, share, and subscribe as well. Once again, my name is Ora-gen, and this is the Ora-gen channel. Thank you for being with me for another read, and I look forward to seeing you in the next reading. Okay, guys. Bye-bye.